Hello, hello, hello. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and it is Friday evening. Yeah, it's 7:30 p.m. in the Central Time Zone, and I'm here and I'm ready to do some art. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. We're going to work on a couple things tonight. I never get everything done in one stream that I'd like to do, but we'll give it a good try here. Let me set my phone up on the clamp. Might have to adjust it as I go. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I got some happy mail this afternoon. In fact, just about half an hour ago it came. This is from an auction haul from Lindy had a sale, and Adria, who is Woman with a Weenie. The weenie is her little dachshund dog, so just letting you know. But I bought some things from her. She was selling with Lindy, and this is the top of the package, so I'm going to open that. I tore the addresses off. You can see I'm in Nebraska, but that's okay. All right. Let me get over here on my channel and get into my stream and set things up. Meri, live stream, there I am. Who's in here? Who's in here? Got 3 people watching. I'll skip the ad. Welcome up in the balcony, folks. Or my chat may not be working. Let me fix my quality. I have to do this after I come online. I have an old notepad that I read chat off of and kind of watch the stream as I go. Keep an eye on it. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let's change the messages to all messages. There we go. Got 5 of you up in the balcony now. That's fine. So let's go ahead and open this. I'm excited to get at least one thing I remember I bought from her. I bought a couple items from her. I bought too much from Lindy and Sean. I bought one of Sean's ironing boards, a custom one. I can't wait to get it. I'll get it when he gets it done. It's a birthday present from me to me. And don't ask me when my birthday is. It's not in July, I'll give you that hint. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, more packing paper. Woohoo! And there's a little card, little tag here that says thank you. And there's her little, let me hold this up so you can see it. There's one of her little dachshund, little die cut. Aw, Adria, that's so cute. Isn't that cute, little dachshund? And let's just pull this out. It's not a big haul, but it is a haul. Kind of unexpected. I really have to watch it. I keep saying that, don't I? Looks like I got some papers. This was only $1. Oh, this was a stencil. She had a couple of these, couple different kinds, and I got one of them. They're kind of I think they're a scientific human body stencil. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not. I think that's a spine. There's a hand and a shoulder. This looks like a hip bone. And I'm not sure what a hand. That might be the hand and a wrist. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not sure. Let's see. There's... No, I'm not sure what this one is. Celebrex capsules. Must be a medicine or something for your bones. there's some information in here. I'm going to read it here. There's just some information that goes with that. And then it looks like I got some dyed ledger pages, and we're going to do a transparent art journal page tonight. So I encourage you when you get things like this, and thank you, Adria, for not putting a sticker on there. So this will be a perfect one to use for a transparent art journal page. If I can find the correct opening here, so it has to be right in here. And this will be a good size. We'll do this and put it in my July art journal. Juju was really interested in, hi Angie, hi Karen K, hi Joyce. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm feeling good today. I got a lot of rest the last couple days, and I slept this afternoon. So I'm feeling good. I want to get this open without tearing it. Without cutting it, I mean. There we go. This will be a perfect size for my July art journal. We'll do a July art journal, transparent art journal page. But here's her dyed and stenciled index, or they looks like they're ledgers. Part of a ledger. Oh, these are cool, Adria. Very cool. Very cool. I'll save that out. Now this, she wrapped separately, and I know what it is. It is heavy. I knew it was going to be heavy when I bought it. I forget what I paid for it. I got one of the cheaper ones. This paper I'll probably, well, I might put some of that in this. Might be fun to, would you hold on to that for me, Penelope? This, when I get to it, is, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? I'm not there yet. This is a post office box door. The knob here does turn. Right here, I could put something on there. And I think I could make it show, or I could put something above. I could latch this onto something. I don't think the hinges are there yet. There's a hinge here, but I don't think I can get that working. I'm not going to try. Makes a good paperweight, doesn't it? And I have more of this packing paper than this. I estimated was about 12 feet. It came in the Happy Mail from Jane, who is Microdot on here. So she popped in one of my streams and wanted to send me some Happy Mail. And I said, sure, of course. And it came, I thought she was going to send, you know, a page, a card, an index card, whatever. She went to Amazon and she got me markers. She got me a whole row of this brown paper and a book of fancy ladies that I thought I would do something with tonight, but I think I'll put it off because I won't get everything done. But I'm accumulating this packing paper, and what I'm doing with it, let me show you. I'm really happy with how this first one turned out. I'm paring down my magazine stack. I've got sacks of them. But I'm making pages, and I'm really happy with how this page, now I got some more work to do on this side, but I'm really happy with how these are turning out. Very, very happy with them. So this was just packing paper like what's under here. And here's another one here. This one kind of goes next to Well, this one has the same, I had them like this, and I cut them, and I'm going to make journals out of them, because I've got all these magazine images. I might work on what I have left in here tonight. We'll see what kind of time I have left. I did bring a sack of my magazines in, but if I can just get these done, I'd be happy. So, there's that. But here's more packing paper, and I haven't even opened what Jane sent me. She sent me a whole roll, where is it here, of really nice smooth packing paper. It's a little bit wider, but that's okay. I'm okay with wide. So, yeah. And it's not wrinkly. But I can't see throwing this free paper away. No, I can't. And what's this? Appreciate the small things. That came out of my magazine stuff. I'm going to put it back in there. Let's just smooth this out. And I have found, though, when I glue those pages together, to not do a big long sheet at the same time, all at the same time, to cut it in lengths of about 2 feet, what my desk can handle. Otherwise, it kind of gets, and this is about the size. So if I go this way and this way, that's 4 pages right there. Well, no, really, because then I've got 4 pages here and 4 pages here, but then I usually fold it like that, and this is torn here. But if you count that as a page, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would have 16 pages of an art journal right in there, sort of. You know, I would probably, well, I have found, though, if I use those large magazine sheets and glue just an entire page that I couldn't bear to cut up, maybe with something like this that has a torn edge, maybe one that has images that I couldn't bear on both sides. But usually if I put a page on the back here and a page on the front here, you know, it comes like that and it heals this torn side. So, yeah, I'm having fun using all these scrap papers. And here's some more. And I will, I'll straighten this up after the stream. Let's see, we'll work all that out. Now this, I don't know. Any suggestions? Are there any suggestions? This won't move. This looks like it's screwed on here. It's holding the glass in. So you can kind of see it from here. I might be able to push it a little with a, well, I don't know, it's pretty rusty there. I'd have to put some WD-40 on it. But I like the flaws. And this little thing turns, I guess it goes like this, and then it opens like that. Now to make it, to put it on a box, and it would have to, see the hinges are right here. I might be able to create a hinge on here and just let those hinges be. And on this side, well, see, it's got these, it's got feet. It's got feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I bought one of the, I forget what I paid for it. I could look at my invoice, but at this point, I don't really care. It's got those Greek key designs around here. So, and she was selling a bunch of these. She probably still has more left. So if you're interested, you could get in touch with her probably through Lindy K Designs. I'm not sure if I have her website, her YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to her, but I don't know if I can go directly to it. So there we go. Let's look at chat. Joyce is here. Karen is here. Karen K. Angie girl, um, Angie says, I wish I knew how to get a hold of YouTube. I would give them a piece of my mind. They probably get a lot of pieces of minds. I would think they get a lot of feedback. The best way to get a hold of them, Angie, is to contact them through when you go to your little tab up above. Let me show you on my phone. Right here, let's go to my YouTube. Go to my channel and go to my channel and see those three little dots? Press on those and there's help and feedback. Well, you aren't looking for help, but you want to give feedback. So if you press on that, post to the help community or contact us. Tell us more and we'll help you get there. So I think that's more of a help thing there. What can I help you with? But you could just, I need help with channel memberships, one-time purposes, or I guess that's all. I wouldn't really go to this one. You have contact. Let's see. I can't scroll anymore. I guess that's all of them. Let's look at contact options. Where did I see that? Help and feedback. Post to the help community or contact us. Oh, here's a send feedback right here. Send feedback. Send feedback to YouTube. Answer a few questions, manage your account and system, get started, edit your... So, let's press that and see what happens. Nothing. Watch YouTube on your by linking to. Get started. Well, I'm into Google Play. I'm not going to go into all of that. But you can contact them through the help and feedback. And if you can't figure out how to send feedback to the, well, discard your feedback. So I think you would just send it to the help through the help thing. Send feedback to YouTube. And don't include sensitive information. Tell us how we can improve our product. You know, then you can type in. You can type in here. And then just send it off to the help. Or to the YouTube. And you may not get a reply, but you might too. Let me get out of this. You never can tell. You might get... I've used that help several times. I haven't had to do it recently. But I know you'll probably want to talk to a real person, and you know how that is. Let's see. What else? Angie says, I ate and it's about made me sick. Oh my goodness. You ate it? What did you eat? I don't know what you ate, but you ate something and it's made you sick. I wish I knew how to get a hold of YouTube. Joyce says, my old neighbor made my children a piggy bank out of a post office doors. Oh, what a great idea. Make a piggy bank. My brother said, you need a smaller one for all your coins. I'm a spender, I have to tell you. I have trouble saving. And if I put coins in a larger box, I would be spending them. That's why I'm saying, he would say, you need a small one. Because you don't have that many coins. That's what my head is telling me. My son's got stolen when he was in the Army. Oh, I'm so sorry. Angie says, I'm becoming Meri. Uh-oh, that's a dangerous path to go down. Pray a lot, Angie. If you're going to become Meri, you got to learn how to pray an awful lot. There's Becky girl. Hi, Becky. I was thinking about you today. Meri, thank you. Don't stop crafting for me. Okay, I'll move on. Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. She says hi to all in the balcony. She's up in the balcony while she's preparing dinner. Angie says, by getting that crown gone. Well, your crown is gone. Your crown is gone, Angie. What did she say? Hi, Aunt Beck. Meri, don't stop crafting. Hi to all. We went to Applebee's. Oh, Applebee's restaurant? We used to have one of those. Now we just have a Perkins. Okay, so a bank is a good suggestion. It's awfully heavy. Right now it's just going to be a paperweight. And I'm going to put it, will that glare up in here? Will the light hit it? Not too bad. I'm just going to put it right up there. And this is just a empty envelope. Maybe I'll save it for fussy cuts. So let's do a transparent art journal page because we talked about them this morning. Juju has been very interested. I really don't have a journal of them, but I have a lot of stray ones. And I'm going to do one for my July art journal. So let's get over here and see what I have. I have a lot of things that I saved out from Jacqueline this morning. So I'm going to put that behind me. More Christmas stuff here from Jacqueline. And a Christmas book. This is stuff I wanted to save out. She sent a star. And she sent all of these. These are things I want to keep out from Jacqueline. And this is the book that Jane Microdot sent to me. And I'm thinking that I'm going to scan these and make stickers out of them. And I can make them smaller or bigger. And I don't see a release on here. Usually with Dover Publications, you can... with Dover Publications, you can share your art. They usually, you can copy it and share it and do all of that. I don't see a release on here. That might be on their website. But I'm going to use it for my art journaling and make a bunch of stickers. And I can use them in my writing journals or in my art journals. So let me put that under all of this. This goes in my July art journal. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is for July. Okay, I'm getting to my July pages. I want to make a transparent art journal page for my July art journal. So I'm going to set all of this. I'm going to grab this that Adria sent me and put these in there because I'm not ready to... use these things yet. These I'm going to use for tatting. I'll keep those out. I'll take them out in the other room. Tatting journals. And this is Christmas and winter, it looks like. And this I thought was so pretty. These are dyed envelopes, and I opened up one this morning. Which one did I open up? Probably the bottom one. Is it this one? I opened up one this morning, and it's gorgeous on the inside. She sealed these and then dyed them. And of course I can't find the one I opened. Is this it? I don't know what I did with it, but if you bought these from Jacqueline, or if you're considered buying them and they're dyed dark like this and all sealed, consider opening one. Well, let's just open another one up. And I'll show you what my head is saying here. Let me open one up. Because I'm going to open them all up anyway. To open them up, I think I'll keep the seal side. And I'll cut this side and the two. I'll cut this like this. just kind of make a little cut here. And then open it. I can't wait to show you. Open it. And I might get a surprise. That one I opened this morning was really pretty on the inside. I really liked it. So don't stop doing these, Jacqueline. Do them sealed. Do them sealed like you have here, the same way. And then let your viewers, the people or your purchasers, open them up when they get them if they so wish. But look at that. Isn't that awesome on the inside? And so now I've got 4 pages of a journal. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, and then these 2 are larger. I think I have another one. So I think I'll have about 20 of these pages and 8 of the larger ones. And these can go with it. So I've just got stuff going here. All right, I'm going to put these behind me because I'm going to work on my July page. Let me get to this. Maybe I might say one of these for July. It just looks like July. All right. And I'm just going to set it on the floor right now, but I'll probably put it back in the package that it came in. So we're going to do a transparent art journal page, and I was reaching for this. I could, here, I was thinking I would do this. Now, the reason I was digging through all this stuff is because I want this to fit my journal. So let me get this stuff out of the way again. And I need this transparent page to fit. So, and if it's larger, you can cut it down a little or fold it over. But generally, well, I might make it like this. Let's see how this star fits in there. Well, it's a little big. It fits in here. So if we put it in here, how can I make this work for here? Let's go to it. And I've got pages in here. I've got things I'm working on in here. Let me put it up there. Let's say I'm going to put this on one of the pages. Do I have one that's just, I have some just colored pages, I think. I'm still working on the stitch. I misplaced my gold thread I was stitching with. Yeah, here maybe. Alright, so if I put it in here and let that flap stay open and put it this way, have my star, will it, and even if it folds my star, I guess I'm not too disappointed. Let's see, if I put my star this way, it would still be a fold. So I'm not sure that the star, I wanted it in this art journal though. I could make a, see, it's not what I want. It's that much too big. I could scan it and make a reprint and resize it. That might be what I'll do. So let's go back to my other ephemera and see. I'm going to use this. I've got some red ribbon here someplace. I thought I would use some of this tatting. And in fact, I have a star here, an old star. I was going to put it in my, this is not tatted, this is crocheted. So I think I'm going to save this for my tatting journal. But let's see what else I have here. I've got a bookmark that I made. That's kind of finished pieces. I want something that's not really finished. Something like little little scruffy tats. So let's go back to my, I want this to fit my art journal. So let's go back to see how I'm going to fold this in again. And then I'll work on the page. Do, 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 do. See, and if you use a transparent page, you've got all this behind you and in front of you when you flip it this way. Now, I'm thinking I'll put it like this, though, and flip it like, flip it way over, like that. And that just about fits if I fold it there. So that gives me, and the more you fold it, the more layers you're going to have, but it gives me an idea, and I'll probably put it on this page. Let's put this up. So what my working area is really this whole area. And this came out of Adria's Happy Mail that I just opened this afternoon. So if I fold it, if I fold it here, yeah, I'll probably have to tape it once I get it done, or I could leave it as a flip. I'm not sure. So this is what, 5.5 inches? About 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So I don't want this whole, but it's beautiful. But what I'm going to do is tear a segment of it. I don't even want, oh, can't tear, it's a coffee filter. It doesn't tear in layers. Let's just tear, boy, it'd be fun to make a flag out of that. I thought I had some red ribbon here. I don't, oh, I put it in this. I put it in this. Let's use some red ribbon. And what else? This is, I had all of this out because I was tatting. I've got some strings and I've got some tape. We'll use the tape. And I'll probably use some of those images that I saved off, but let's start with this. And so when you're doing it, you want to be conscious of how many layers you have. So I have 4 layers. I have 2 on the flap I folded over. I folded in half, so I've got 2 layers here and 2 layers here. So if you put too much in there, you won't be able to see the stuff on the other side, is what I'm saying. Let's put that tatting back there. So I got my tape, I've got my ribbon, I've got my little tats, some of them. Some of these I want to save because I want to put them in my journal. This was, is that blue? This I was playing with 2 colors of tatting. I think I want to save it in my sample book. So some of this I'm not ready to use yet, but little pieces like this I can use. Thought I had some more little rings in here. Yeah, the red ribbon's getting in there. Welcome in if you just came in. All right, well, we'll use those. That's enough. And we'll use some of this ribbon on this. And let's get some images. Let's see what I have. I don't want to use that star because, however, I could use some fabric that has stars on it. So we'll pull those. I really want images. I got some flag off of this note paper. We'll pull that. I got a Dee Dee Willingham. It's in here. These are some pilgrims, and historical of the United States. This is sticker. Here's a D.D. Willingham flag. I don't know if I want to use that on there. It takes up too much room. And this is my Christmas in July. I can use some little stars. What's in here? I can use one of these patriotic pieces I've been holding. Here's some little stickers. Little patriotic stickers. And this one says, I think this is the Declaration of Independence. I copied it off on sticker paper. I might use that. Got a little stamped sticker there. One here. I think that's King George there. But we'll take the Patriot out. Now, just because I'm pulling this doesn't mean I'll use it. That's just some... I'm just pulling to see what I can use. That's a cutoff. I'll pull that one. This is the Boston Tea Party. Banknote. Looks like the Pilgrim's Landing. Here's a journal spot. What does it say? George Washington. This is Christmas in July. Okay, I'm back to these. Now let's see if there's anything in here that I want to use. Boats. This is more summer stuff that I want to do toward the end of July. There's some seashells and sunflower. And look, I got a little sunflower sticker from Jacqueline that I was going to use for the Sunshine Journal. So I don't really see anything right there that I want to use on this. So let's put these back. Get them off my desk. And let's see what I have in my little whatnot box that I might want to put on there. I have a... I got some little charms here. This is actually a dangle. I like the stars on there, but it's on a snowflake. That's a Santa Claus. That's a Santa Claus. These are some charms. They're dragonflies. And I don't think they're July. This is handmade with love. That's a Twinchy. Needles. I'm just looking. I could use a key, but it's kind of thick. I'm just seeing if there's anything in here that could go on this page. That's a... What's this? It says hello. I might use that. There's a little stamp acrylic block. A little washer. A little tile that says you. And a fleur-de-lis charm might work. A little brad. Might put something on with that brad. It's blue. Where is it? I can't pick it up. A little blue brad. I think that's about all on this drawer. Let's put everything back. So you just kind of hunt for things that might go on this page. Now, just because I pulled these things does not mean that I'm going to use them. Let me get over here to the bottom one. Oh, and let me stop. Where is it? I don't know what I did with it. Well, let me keep going then. Let me put this back here. I'll use this. I'll use this. I like it because it's already mounted on paper. I want to put this back in. Oh. Well, here, let's get this off. This is going to go in my July journal. This was a freebie from Jacqueline. It reminds me of summer. I need to pull my little box out here. What else do I have over here that's... Little index card. I've got things floating around here. There's a pair of scissors. Let's put that in that drawer. Here's a little piece of fabric pieces that might go on there. These are some tobacco cards, but they're really cool because they've got flowers on them. I'm going to put those in there too. And the rest of it is just hanging around here. I got a little footprint that I'm going to use in there, but it's going to be on my second half for summer. All right, hold the phone. What that is, I'm going to throw it away. All right. So you just kind of hunt around your stash for things that might go on the page. Let's try the second drawer and see what's in that. I love to go through this stuff. This is another Jacqueline keychain. It's got a little, I think that's a flower in there or a butterfly. I can't see it with the light glaring on it. These are stamps. This is a, I'm not going to use it, but it's a dangle from Rebecca Wells. I love her dangles. These are some owls. A stamp. Little fox on there. A clothespin. This is the other side of that watch. A pie label. I wish I had a stamp with a flag on it. I do someplace. There's another Rebecca Wells dangle. Beautiful dangle. Just a little brass piece. A bird cage. A paper clip. I could use a paper clip maybe. I lost it already. It's here somewhere. Here it is. What's this? A tape measure. Scissors. I was looking, oh, here's this stamp with a flag on it. Alright, we'll definitely use that. Some little cuts here. What is this? Little charm pieces. This says, hello. Alright, let me put all this back. I think I'm done with this drawer. And that's all. I think I got enough out here that I can start. What did I do with that flag? Did I put it right back in there? Where's my flag? Stamp. There it is. Put it up here. I have enough. I think I can start putting together a page. You kind of have to, like, I know my theme is July, so I'm looking for things that might work in this transparent page. Let me put this. That my grandniece got a Christmas present of some jewelry, and it comes in this box. It's Kendra Scott. And they were going to throw them away, and they asked me if I wanted them. I said yes, and I glued them together and made me a little ephemera holder. And she had some the next year, and she didn't offer them to me. There's some washi tape, blue washi tape with stars on it. And what's this? It's just a little hanger. So I've got more than enough to do a page. Let me put all this stuff back. And I'll come out and look at chat before I get started here. I could make a bobby pin. I got this package of bobby pins from JL Johnson. Thank you, JL. I haven't used them yet, but I'll pull a couple out. I might want to use a bobby pin closure here if I can get it open. Looks like it opens here. I don't think I've opened it completely yet. I did now. Let's pull a couple bobby pins out. I've got more than enough to do a page. And let's put my... This came from Becky, Little Dragon. Last year was the year of the dragon. This year is the year of the snake, I think. But he sleeps up here on this, on the masking tape. He kind of huddles in there. All right. So this is what I have. Now let me come out and look at chat. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for spending a part of your Friday night with me. I really appreciate it. I really do. You know, I really appreciate you guys. I don't know if I say it enough, but you mean a lot to me. I probably, oops, got an ad. I probably would not stream if I couldn't chat with you guys. I'm just doing videos, unless I could do video chat, but video chat is not the same. There's Goldie. Hi, Goldie. Welcome in. It looks like Sherry Van is here. Chris CK, Chris Kalu, am I pronouncing that right? Hi, Chris. Chris is from Mexico. Welcome in, welcome in. Goldie is here. Sherry Van says, hi, Mary, Angie, Goldie, Joyce, and Patty. If I missed you, is Patty in here? Did I miss saying hello to Patty? Goldie, Angie, Patty L, Patty Crane. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. They're saying, I'm back to where Angie went to Applebee's. And Sylvia said hello. She's up in the balcony. Welcome in, everybody. There's Lala. Lala said she wanted to say blanket hellos to you all. Granddaughter and I have been visiting all day. She's spending the weekend. I'll see you next time. Okay, Lala, have a great weekend with your granddaughter. Just make good quality time with her while you can, because they're going to grow up fast. They're going to grow up fast, and before you know it, she's going to be asking for a new car. What did Chris say? Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Joyce. Hi, everyone. What did Chris say that Goldie says? I didn't know that. Cool, Chris. I'm about to... Oh, where she's from, Mexico? Yeah, Goldie is from New Mexico. So she says, I'm about 2 hours from the border, yet I've never been. I went to Mexico my freshman year at the university. I went with a group of college students, and we had a chaperone type, somebody who's been down there before and knew his way around. And I think Guadalupe, I think we went through Mexico City, and I remember the word Guadalupe, but I don't know if that's the place. And then we stayed at a place down there for about a week, and that's about all I remember. I know I went with one of my college friends that I'm still am friends with on Facebook, and we both bought these wool ponchos. Hers was orange and mine was pink. And I still have that wool poncho. It's probably, hopefully, not being eaten by mice or moths. It's in storage up in Wisconsin. I don't know what shape it's in now, but I have that wool poncho for years because, well, let's see, almost 50 years. Almost 50 years, that wool poncho. And it was a nice experience. The thing I remember most was the driving in Mexico City. I just kind of had to close my eyes. I had to kind of close my eyes and I hope I get out of this country safe. Hi, Cynthia McCoy. Welcome in, welcome in. Goldie says, my family, who doesn't have insurance, goes down to get dental work. It's ridiculously cheaper. I might have to get in contact with a dentist from Mexico. I think eventually, you guys, I'm going to have dentures. I don't know. But you know what? I'm at that age. I have my teeth longer than my mother did, so I still got a lot. See, I'm not allowing the dentist to pull them because I have no pain, and I use them to chew with yet. That's what I'm going to tell him. I had a consultation with the oral dentist at the end of this month, and I've changed it so many times because things come up. And then we were invited. And for those of you that are in the Fibdiggity Creators group, our next live stream, I think, is the last Monday in July. Well, that's the week we were invited down to a lake in Kansas. So I'm going to, she said they have internet access. If I can stream on that Monday night, I will. But we'll be down there on Sunday, and I'll test it on Sunday. My streams for that last week in July, the 27th through, I don't know how long we're going to be down there. I don't know if we're going to go Sunday to Sunday or Sunday to Friday. I don't know. It depends on how my brother feels, or what their plans are. But if I can, I'll know that Sunday night whether I can stream or not. So that week of streams, the last week in July, if this all pans out, you know, anything can happen between now and then. But if it all pans out, the last week in July, my online presence might be kind of spotty. I think I can get on the internet. I don't think I'll have a problem with posting or sending a message or something like that. But whether I can stream depends on how good their internet service is down there. It might be spotty. I have unlimited data on my phone, but I don't know. We'll be at a lake, and it's a very rural area, so I don't know what kind of service they're going to have. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm looking forward to it. I'm taking my slow stitch I'm going to take a couple slow stitch projects. I'm going to take tatting projects. I'm going to take my watercolors. I want to do some watercolor sketching, some outdoor sketching. And I'll probably take a couple books to read. My brother's going to fish, and he'll probably want me to sit down there by the lake a little bit of the time. So he'll probably want to teach me how to fish. Because his family that invited us down there, she runs well, I think it's called Caring Friends or something. It's a service where their nurses and their healthcare professionals go to homes. They don't, I mean, they try to keep the people, their clients, in their own home, but she travels an awful lot. So, but they have a cabin down there. They say, she's told me it's a 3-bedroom cabin. So my brother and I will both have our own rooms, and she said it's right on the lake, and he can just bop down by the lake and go fishing all day long if he wants. But they probably won't be there except for maybe a day or two, or might come down for you know, if they have free time. Hi, Allie K. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm working right now on a transparent art journal page for my July journal, because Allie K, we've talked a lot about transparent art journal pages, and I thought I would do one for my July journal. Angie says, Meri, you can take a lot of Angie naps. Yes, that will be very relaxing. I'll probably be worried about the garden. I was out there today. I'm slowly getting the peony patch chopped down, but it's got some larger volunteer trees that my little 6-inch chainsaw will not cut. So I think we're going to have to get out my brother's bigger chainsaw, and he's had trouble with the chain popping off of that. I'm afraid of it, but we need to get those trees out of there. I'd like to get that peony patch cleared before the end of July. because those trees are getting big and they need to come out before they grow 20 feet high. Is she talking? Can you hear me, Chris? You might want to go out and come back in. I don't think I overdid. I just used some muscles. What did you do, Allie K? You didn't hear anything? If you go out and come back in, Allie K, I think you had that problem the other night. Is anybody else having problem with the sound? Allie K says, I'm a little tired as I just went out and picked some raspberries from our garden. I kind of wish our garden was more productive, but I got it in late. I graded, my brother kind of is picking these zucchinis. They're large now, and they won't spiralize because the center of the zucchini is soft and the little holder thing just doesn't grip on. So I've been shredding them with a grater. And I froze 2 more packages of zucchini today. And there's 4 cucumbers set out there. And my brother says we're going to have plenty of butternut squash. And the watermelon is blooming. The corn is probably about 4 feet high. I weeded the corn. But my little cherry tomatoes, I weeded around them, and then I pulled off some of the bottom branches. They've got blooms on them, but they're not producing. I had 1 little red cherry tomato that I popped in my mouth the other day. So, and I love cherry tomatoes. And it's so hard to watch everybody say, oh, this is what I got out of my garden. Look at all this. What am I going to do? And I'm going, can we have some tomatoes, please? Oh, I need to get out and pull the rest of the onions and pull the weeds out of that onion patch. And but I weeded some of the weeds out of the corn. And this afternoon, it's hot here and it's humid. I mean, it's in the 80s, but the humidity is, I mean, for what I did, my clothes were just sopping wet with sweat. So, and the lawn is going to need to be mowed again, and it's going to get hot again. One thing about the heat, the grass does not grow as fast when we have all that heat. So Allie K was out in the garden. Let's see what else is going on here. Allie says, I hear you perfect now that I turn the sound on. Oh, Allie, it's been a Friday, hasn't it? Chris says it's been raining here for more than 24 hours, so she's not going out. Yeah, you guys down in the south, the southern part, have really got hit with the weather this past year. We've been fortunate in our people around us in Nebraska have been hit with tornadoes, but they haven't hit close to here. And pray to God. But boy, I had a dream. I woke up this morning and it really made me think. I was dreaming. I mean, there was this wind. This was in my dream. There was this wind that came through and just blew everything away. I mean, it was a huge wind. And I don't know how I survived my dream, but I did. And I woke up and I kind of looked around and I said, I'm so grateful for all these things that I have. If it was all blown away, I'd miss it, sure. But if you have your life, those I don't want to say poor, those unfortunate campers down there at Camp Mystic that lost, I mean, they were young girls, they were children. And, you know, they had that flood. I did see where two girls survived. They found them after a couple of days. It was just something I saw on YouTube or on Facebook. I don't know. But Angie says, tomorrow is going to be a sad day for me and my family. My aunt will be gone for a year tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Angie. You know, rather than being sad, think of, celebrate her. When you want to be sad, say, you know, my aunt, I don't know what her name is, but my auntie, you know, she did this with me. We went here, we did this. I miss her like crazy, but, you know, she was a part of my life, and just celebrate her rather than feeling, you know, it's hard not to feel sad, but try to send those sad thoughts, try to turn them into happy thoughts. you know, of course you miss her. But bless your heart, Angie. Bless your heart. Allie K said, our beans that we started from seed are starting to bloom. Oh, that's cool. Now, Allie is north of, up in Wisconsin, and you're way north. You're way up by the lakes. So you're kind of like us. I mean, down south and in, you know, in Missouri where Whippoorwill Hollow is, and in the Carolinas where, you know, their gardens are producing. Well, here in Nebraska, you know, we're getting zucchini, we're getting cucumbers, the potato vines. I can't wait to see what kind of potatoes I get. My potato vines, I've never planted potatoes before. They are beautiful. And my squash plant is all over the place. The watermelon is vining out. I just need some fruit. Chris said, the good news is the drought ended and all the reservoirs are full and everything is emerald green. Yes, it is so beautiful green. I look out and I say, you know, you hardly know that we're in the month, almost the middle month of July. And it's green. It's like spring green. Well, it's more of a summer green, but it's usually in July and August or you're blistering hot where, you know, the grass turns brown and everything's dying around you. You know, and it's just a beautiful green. I agree with you, Chris. And that's one thing that my brother's family told him, that the fishing down in this lake we're going to, the fish, she said the lake is up, the fishing's good. My brother's been so disappointed because the lakes around here have, in the last couple of years, the water level, we haven't had the rain that we need, although we're getting rain this summer. So I hope, I don't want to flood, but we appreciate the rain. I feel like our growing seasons are similar to you, Mary. I think they are, Allie K. We got our garden in late because I had all that compost to deal with. And I was out there today weeding that raised bed. I've got this one huge tall plant that I don't know what is. I almost feel like tearing it out, but it isn't producing anything, but it's kind of taking over that side of the raised bed. And I pulled a little, they say when you get green peppers, the little small green peppers, they tell you to pull those off while they're small so that the plant can send its energies up to the rest of the... One thing I did not do with this raised bed, and that is fertilize. That might be why my cherry tomatoes aren't producing yet, even though today I pulled out all the bottom leaves so I could get more light in there. But I should have gotten out there and fertilized, so that might be my fault. I knew I needed to, but I just didn't get it done. Hi, Jane. Microdot is Jane. Thank you so much for everything. She says, what a fantastic way to remember your aunt. Let's see, what did Goldie say? What did Angie say? Mary, the day she passed away, I made a journal and write things in there as I remember things that we did. Okay, that is cool. So go, when you get a sad thought tomorrow, you know, when you're feeling down, go read that journal. Go look at that journal and review the things that you did with your aunt and celebrate her life. You might even do a little journal, maybe a tag or something, and put in that journal. If you can't think of anything, illustrate something or do something to say, make a tag that said, you've been gone a year now, and I still miss you tag, you know. And you can do that every year. The second year you say, you're still in my heart. And, you know, every year make a tag or a little embellishment and put in that journal to celebrate her life. She's probably looking down in heaven, and if we did something like that, she'd probably be honored. Jane says, Angie, what a fantastic way to remember your aunt. Very special journal with all your memories. We'll be thinking of you and your family tomorrow. That is so sweet. They're saying hello to each other. Your tomatoes are producing, but they're still green. My little cherry tomatoes aren't producing, but my brother's might be. I didn't check his. I didn't get over to that side of the garden today. But pulling weeds, I'll tell you, I pulled we've got 4 short rows, maybe about 6 feet long, maybe 7 or 8 feet long, of corn and sweet corn, and it's growing. It was one of the last things I planted. We didn't get it planted till the second week in June, I think. And but it's really taken off because we've had rain. But the weeds are in there, so I went down the first row on one side and pulled weeds, and it was about all I could take because it was after I worked in the peony patch and I was tired, and I pulled weeds out of the. We have this one weed. I guess it's a bindweed. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll tell you, it's the weirdest weed. I should take a picture of it and maybe try to find it on. But I find it all. I think it probably came with that compost, because I haven't seen that weed around here. But I'm pulling it up, and I'm so glad that I put all that landscape fabric back down in the part that I did not get planted, because it would be all weeds now. And this way, I'm thinking that next year, I've been watching this short of a guy, just a little 3-second, 6-second, or, 3-minute short. I guess they can go up to 3 minutes now, of a guy down in Alabama who does, well, I guess he's a forestry person, but he goes around and saves all the native grasses and flowers and everything down in the southeast, and he works with landowners to save their native plants rather than till them all up and kill them, and I've been watching his shorts, and I thought how neat it would be to have a couple rows of milkweed pods. The ones, I think what I planted on the envelope, it was called butterfly weed, but I think it's really milkweed pod, and they are blooming. They are pretty, they are blooming, and I think we're going to get milkweeds, but I'd like to have a row of those. And I think all that land, or all that garden space that I used landscape fabric on this year, I'm going to plant flowers. I might do a row of milkweed pods, a row of zinnia. I might do a row of wildflowers, and I'll probably put walking paths in between them. And I was thinking how fun it would be to make a little pathway, like a circle type thing, and well, let's just pretend that this is it's really not it's more square than rectangular. More like this is a towel. That little plot in there. It would be fun to do like a little garden type thing, and put the landscape, make a circle, and have a little path in there, and I could design a little and have it all in flowers, because for vegetables, if we get tomato, zucchini, cucumber, and sweet corn, and watermelon, we're happy. And butternut squash. They're really taking over almost out to the driveway now. Hi, Don Boss. It's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Angie says, I put things in there from the funeral. All the people who sent flowers and all. Well, that's a good thing to do. That's a sweet thing. You're saving the memory, and yeah. But I'm encouraging you to do a little ephemera this year. Like, do a little tag. Do a tag to celebrate your aunt. Do that tomorrow. Maybe write down one of the things she told you, or a memory, and transfer it over to that tag. I want to see it. Put one of your beautiful, those little round things, what are they called? Yo-yos on it. Or one of your beautiful die cuts. Yeah, that's a good point, Jane. She says, very nice, Angie. Capturing memories you will have forever to look back on any time. Yes. All right. So thank you guys for spending a part of your Friday night with me. I'm only going until 10 and it's 8:30. So let's do this page. Now I decided, I've got all this stuff out now. I pulled a lot, and what I decided to do was, this was what the ephemera that Adria sent, and this is what she sent here. So when you get bags like this, if you want to do a transparent art journal, what I really like is she didn't put tags on it. Bless her heart. And I'm just going to fold this in half. And so I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages out of this. I could cut it, but I think I'm going to fold it because this is the sticky side. So, and I went to tear this and then I got sidetracked. So I'm just going to tear a bit off of this. We'll use this as in that journal. Oh, look, there were two there. Oops. All right. So now the thing is, do you want it that big, Mary? I don't think I want it that big. So I'm going to make it a little smaller. And when you do something like this, be sure to leave space so that whatever you do on the other side will, you know, you'll see this from here, but whatever you do over here. So there's a little bit of planning with this. Like if I do, well, let's just grab this piece of lace. If I put this piece of lace on here, just like that, then it kind of carries that. That almost looks like a sailboat, doesn't it? Let's see the different positions I can. And of course, this is the sticky side, so let's see. If I put it like this, how do I want to put it? If I put it like that, I might grab one of these others and see if I can just maybe split it. I like doing that. And let's see. I might put a bit of ribbon in there, but let's start with this. And I think what I have to be conscious that 5.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So my fold is going to go right there. So, and now I'm on the outside, I'm not inside. So I'm going to put this on the inside, but to do that, I'm going to take a bit of this double-sided tape, and I'm just going to take a small piece, and I'm going to tack it on the inside. You do not have to glue it in there. You just have enough to hold. And then the two pieces of the page will hold it in place. So I'm just going to tear a little piece of tape here. If I can find the beginning of it. But I would encourage you to think, when you're building this up, think, and this is hard for me because I've got so much stuff here that I want to use, but try to think minimalistic, because you've got 4 pages to work with, and it will grow, and you know, you need things to be seen from the other side. If I did a whole page here, all of these others would not have the same effect. I'm looking for the beginning of this. And I just want a little tacky piece. And this tape might be kind of hard to use. I'm just going to put a little piece on there. And I'm going to put a little piece on here. Now, a piece like this gets a little hard to tuck in there. But I'll do it. All right, I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to work with this one. And see if I can't get that tape off of here. Sometimes this is the challenge. This is the Dollar Tree double-sided tape, and I have found if it gets hot, although I wouldn't say it's been exceptionally hot in this room, but if it gets hot, this release paper does not work as well. Did it come? Yeah. All right, now where's my pen? Let's put it away so that I can have it the next time. So I'm going to reach in here, and yeah, you'll have little scrappies and strays. And I'm going to reach in here. Now, it is right there, so I think what I want to do is take my ruler, and you can do what works for you if you do this. But I'm going to take my ruler. I had a shorter one here. Where is it? Right here. Hold on, I'm getting to it. And I'm going to put my ruler in there to kind of hold that page open while I'm putting that on there. So I want this piece to go right in here on the inside, and let's see if I can accomplish that. And I'm just going to put it, you have to be aware you're working with a transparent piece here. So I'm having hard enough trouble finding the openings. All right, I'm going to put it there. I'm going to kind of, well, it's on my ruler. I want to slide it in. Now this is really, and I'm accomplishing it. Get it out of the way of the, and yeah, I'm way down at the bottom. Just kind of get it where you want it, how you want it, before you press that down. It's on there now. So I'm just going to press it down, and your tape will kind of show a little, but not too much. And you can put something over that if it bothers you. Now I have this other piece, and I'm right down here. It wasn't exactly, oh no, I have, my fold is 5.5. I'm right on the fold here. But that's okay. I meant to go down further, but it's down. I think I'll put this one in here if I can get it in there. Get it just like that. And I'm kind of designing as I go. I'm just kind of playing with the scraps that I have. Let's see if I can get this off. It's a challenge. There we go. Now, let's see if I can do the same thing. It might be a little harder. I want to keep these two layers separate until I get that in there. Maybe like that, and then take this and find the opening. No, that didn't work. Let's just put that there for now. Open that. I need 4 hands. This would be good to do in a class setting where somebody could hold while you're pushing things in place. Let's try my palette knife. Might be easier to move this along. No. Oh, is it going to stick here? Well, you know what? I'm going to leave it right here. It's where it landed, where it wanted to be, so when I close it, I have one here and one there, and it'll fold like that if I fold it. So I've got kind of a, really wasn't what I was planning. I wonder if I can move that down a little. Let's try to move this one down a little, because it's just tapped on there. I might be able just to stick my hand in there and do it like I originally planned. Don't get frustrated. It's just paper and scrap. Alright, yeah, I like that better. And I have to be conscious of where I'm doing things. Okay, so there's that. So, let's do this tap here. This I was playing with kind of a wool thread, and I'm going to leave the string on it. And I think what I'm going to do, if I can, is put a little on the back of these, a little dab of this fine art glitter glue, and see what happens. So leave stuff like this because it'll add interest to the page. Cat Kerr, C-A-T is C-A-T, cat, K-E-R-R. If you go to her channel, I showed it in this morning's stream, and I'll try to remember to put her link in to maybe to one of her transparent. She has done that. This is who I watched when I first started doing transparent. She's the designer. I watched her off of the Joggo site, and she did, I don't know if those videos are still up. They were several years ago. All right, I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to try to place this right in here. It's a little bit harder because I've got to reach in, and yeah, you'll have things. Is that the glue from the, I think that's that glue from this page, but we'll deal with that later. Let's reach in here. Yeah, it's sticky, but I'll get in there. And I'm just going to put this right in here. Any way it wants to go. There. Now let's get this off. That didn't help. It might help to... Let's pull it off if I can. Well, you know, I can't. Let's put something under there. Let's put... Where's my patriotic lady? I said I'd use her. The frame, the one that's got black on it. It's here somewhere. There's my postage stamp. We could put the postage stamp on there. Let's do that. So right now I'm putting stuff on the inside, and I will caution you not to overdo it, because you will, as you flip your pages over. Now the back of my stamp shows here, and on this side I can take a piece of this fabric, maybe tear a little piece of fabric and put over that. Let's do that. Or this dot might work better. No, I think I want this. Let's just tear a little of this off. I'm going to tear it at an angle. You could cut it into strips too. That would not be fun. It'd be easier to do that on, maybe, if you're going to make strips, to do it on the inside here, and then when it folded, it wouldn't be as... I'm just going to tear that. I like that stamp. Now, this has a little bit of that design coming through, so if I put it here, it will show behind the stamp. And I really need to put a white paper down, but it's just one more thing I have to put down. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna put this right like this, and I'm going to put it on with my fine art glitter glue, and I keep putting that other pin in there. So I'm just going to put some dabs on here, and you really need to clean this tip off, Meri. Put this one back in. And I'm going to see if I can't put a daylight bulb in here. They're pretty expensive. They're about $10. But I don't have the good lighting in here. Alright, now this is kind of crooked. Let's straighten it out a little. see how I want it, like this. So I've got my, and this here, and then you open it up. So I'm going to keep building. I almost feel like I could cut these and make them double-sided. I might have to frame it on both sides with maybe a paint pen or something, but let's see if I can do a double-sided one. And you can just, you know, I'm trying to stay with the July theme here, but you could have all sorts of fun. You could go for nature walks, and you don't want to get too thick of things. Leaf maybe, or pressed some flowers. I'm trying to pull all the morning glory before they bloom, but I noticed we got some pretty geraniums out there again, pink geraniums, and we got a lot of pretty moss roses. And if you could press those, start you a journal or a book where you have pressed flowers. Impatience, anything small and petally. Now I'm going to put these two together. That's pretty good. There's a little, I'll use my paint pen around it. I'll just put this so you can see it. And I'm just going to use my glue stick on this. Yeah, I'm not going to get to near half of what I wanted to do tonight. I just have so much I want to do. See if I can put these two together. This is an option that you can do. Make a print. If you have a printer of the same thing, the same size, and then put them together back to back, if you can. Let's see if I can. I've got that under it. It's hard for me to see where I'm going. Make sure I have it. I guess it doesn't matter now. I need more glue. There we go. Back to back, pretty good. Pretty good. Now I think I'm going to take one of those paint pens that Jane sent me. I put them in a cigar box. I'm going to frame it if I can get them out here. These came from Jane. I opened them up this morning. And I'm going to try the red one. I'm going to try the red one. Penelope. I'm going to try the red one. And I think I'll do the brush side. I noticed that they marked what is the brush side, and the brush side is always on the side that says marker. So I'm just going to draw a line around it. A little line to cover up my mistakes, my white areas. It doesn't have to be perfect. This was a Harrison Fisher illustration. He illustrated in the 1900s, mostly the early, well, not the early, the teens in the 19 teen, then the teen years, and then the 20s, 10 through 30, up around in there. And he was well known. Whoops, I kind of went off on that one. Not too bad, though. I'm going to color it in. He was a well-known illustrator. He did covers for Post magazine, probably before Norman Rockwell, and for Cosmopolitan was one of his big employers. And he did all these American ladies, and I was thinking the other day, because he does these young models, you know, beautiful ladies. And I was thinking, you know, he never really did any older ladies. How would he illustrate a lady in her 70s and 80s? I would love to see what he would do with an older lady. All right, it's not perfect, but we're going to use it. And we got it double-sided. Be sure you get your caps back on. What did I do with it? Don't let them dry out. They're a gift. A gift from Jane. Thank you, Jane. Micro dot. Bless your heart. Bless your art cart. All right, so let's decide where we're going to put this. I'm thinking in here. But I don't want to put it over something because what's the sense of doing two? So let's put it over this way. And I got that fold. I'm going to crease it here. You could stitch these together. Jacqueline likes to stitch things together. In fact, she does her SHIT pages. Scraps having interesting themes. And she stitches those. They're almost like a transparent art journal page. But I want to make this crease here so I know where my fold is. And hopefully that will crease it enough that when I open it, really it's right here on the edge of the blue, but so where do I want to put this? I'm thinking right down in here. Now I could put it on the outside, or I could reach in and put it on the inside. And I think I'm going to put it on the inside. I'm just going to use a couple of taps of glue on this. I like this fine art glitter glue. Thank you, Laura Vasquez and Renee. Both of them. Laura Vasquez sent me the original set, and then Renee sent me refill of this. Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts. Yeah. So let's just reach in. Hopefully I can reach in and just set it. It may not go exactly where I want it, but I'll get it in there somehow. Now you could open this up and work on it in a folded up version and then fold it back. That might be a better way to handle this. I might try that on some of my pages, but I'm not going to bother with it tonight. Let's move this out of the way. Oops, I'm getting glue on that. Don't want to glue that shut. Let's wipe that. I don't want to glue it shut. It's going shut. And it looks like my fabric slipped on me. So maybe the glue wasn't holding the fabric to the... Yeah. I think I'll put some tape on this. And since it's going to cover this up, I'm going to use a larger piece. And see if I can't get this off. The release paper is the hardest thing to get off of these. But that one came off pretty good. And I don't think that fine art glitter glue held this fabric to the page. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Oh, it's on the inside here. So you would see it around this stamp in there with that. That kind of like that. So this is what I have now. So let's see what I could put some gold stars on there. Whatever you put though on the back of these gold stars is if you put it the back of the star is going to show us what I'm saying. So just be aware. You could glue two of these stars together and then put them in, but I'm not going to bother with that. And these stars are a little hard to get off of the sheets. I wish I couldn't find those little foil stars that we had when we were kids. All I could find were sticker stars. And they're really hard to get off of the pages here. Come on, get under there. There we go. So this star is going to look a little silver on the other side, but that's okay. Let's put a star on these blue. If we put them on the blue, that'll be good. The white won't show underneath. Now, where's my opening? And you want to be conscious of what side is up or down, or maybe you don't care. Maybe, you know, let me open this up again. Doesn't look like my pieces are holding good in here. They usually don't have that trouble. That tape isn't holding it either. What did I use? Aleene's tacky glue? You want to use something that'll hold your ephemera down. Of course, I want to go for this right in there. So I got to stick my hand in there and put that gold star. Let's put him. Shall we put him in the middle? No, I'm going to put him over here. There we go. He's got a gold star. Now, what's going on with this guy? Why isn't he sticking? Maybe I just moved him too much. I just had maybe I needed more tape on him. I'm going to see if I can't put I don't know if I can or not. I need a long, let's see if I can just reach in, and this might be an issue. Let's grab a paintbrush that yeah, I didn't clean that brush. But I want this side. I'm going to use some tacky glue and see if this will work better. It'll dry clear. I need and if it doesn't, I'll put something over it to hide it. This might be all I get done tonight, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. Let's see if I can get this cap off. There we go. Allie Kay's here. Angie's here. Goldie says, I'll be in the balcony. I need to look for a pack of stickers paper that I put away, and I haven't been able to find it all week. I'm the same way with my awl. It rolled off on the floor, and I've looked all over the floor. It's hiding from me. All right, what I want to try to do is put this paintbrush, just get a little dab of glue on there, and that's probably too much. I just want a little dab, and I want to reach in there. Where's there? And I want to glue this sticker. I'll probably get messy. I just want to put some glue on there. Come on, I'm sticking to my brush. You're not doing what I intended. And I moved my stamp. Let's glue it down there. My stamp isn't sticking. The fabric isn't sticking. That tape isn't holding, and my fine art glitter glue is not holding. Usually I don't have this trouble, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done transparent pages. I don't remember what I used. We'll put the stamp, instead of putting it on the inside, I'm going to put it right in here and see if it will stick. Right there. And then I'm going to turn it over. I put double-sided, I must use double-sided tape because that's holding. And yeah, now I've got several things out here. Where's my cap to my glue? I'll find it. Let's put the scissors over here. We don't need that. I took it off. Why do, if I take off caps and stuff, why don't I put them in a special spot? Because I lose them. Here's one of those markers that goes back in the box. I'll be looking for a yellow marker. Where's the yellow one? You left it out. And I don't know what I did the cap to that glue. It'll show up here in a minute. Might have rolled off on the floor. Alright, so ignore this stuff here, because I can always cover up my... This is, I think, a glue spot. The tape did not hold. So let's, well, instead of ignoring it, let's put something on it. Not scrap. Let's see. What can I put? What I like about this black fabric is it's black on both sides. It's the same color on both sides, almost. You can hardly tell the back from the front. What else do I? I've got this, which is some more stars. And I could put that right in there. And I might put it up a little. Now I think since I'm doing a larger sheet, I think it would work better if I cut this and opened it up. So I might do that the next time I do one of these. It's hard for me to get in to places here. So I'm going to use the glue again on this. I'm just going to glue it down, and hopefully Aleene's will solve my problem. And I want to cover it. It'll cover it up on this side, and I'm just going to put it kind of cattywampus here. Now, if you look on the back here, you've got a little bit of it showing. You got the glue. And you could make it double-sided, but I'm going to put this on this side, I think. My star is not showing up very well there. I should have put it over there. Oh, well. Let's put it on the cellophane. So I like the idea of doing two sides like I did on this. That worked well for me. So let's see what else I have here. I've got this, which I really like. And you know what? It has text on, and I almost feel like I could put it way down at the bottom. And then when you look at the other side, look what you get. You get Champlain ranges widely, and oh, you don't, we might have to, European disease decimated. probably the Indian tribes. So that's something to consider. I got it because it's of the revolution here. I kind of like this, but I would destroy that on that side. That would look good right in. It would look good right in here. So you have to kind of make these decisions as you work. Let's see what else I have. Dee Dee's napkin. I've got ribbon. What's this? That goes up above. That's not with this. This is just a sticker. Here I've got this Declaration of Independence. Now what could I put on the side of that? Sticker sheets. Maybe this on the other side. And glue it down right like that. Maybe up a little. And then trim it off. It fits. And this is the Declaration of Independence. You can't see it very well, but it's in there. And it's very patriotic style. So I'm going to glue this onto here. I'm going to put my glue on this side and then figure out where I want it. Probably right about in there. And then I'll trim all this other off. So let's just do that. Whoops, I got more out here than I need. And you know, I'm doing this very spontaneously. I don't plan this out, so you might think a little bit more about what you want to do, especially if you do a nature one. You know, go out and grab a couple of flowers, wildflowers, and press them in your book, and a couple leaves, and I might do that myself. Maybe you have some eco-dyed fabric, which I have. Alright, so I want to put this, I'm going to turn this upside down, and right about, we'll have to see where I'm putting it right about, yeah, I think that'll work. I probably have it too far over that way, but we'll see. No, I'm just trimming off this, so I think this will work. And let's trim the excess off. So even your scraps, like I think I put this in the journal, one spot in the journal. Let's put it, let's just cut it there. What do I have left? A flag. A flag that, no, that's a skirt. I don't think I want to save that. I'm going to toss it. And let's cut it here. This was a piece that I printed off. Actually, I think it was probably sticker paper. I glued down my sticker paper. That's okay. I forgot. I don't use sticker paper a whole lot, so I forgot I printed that off on sticker paper. Oops. I'm not going to pull it up. And that scrap, we'll toss that. Now, where do I want to put this? Where do I want to put it? I feel like I could put it right in. You know, I almost feel like it needs to go on this side where that tatting is. And I've got the Declaration of Independence here. And you can't read it. It's dumbed down. And I think I'm going to outline, well, I can't because I reached in there. I should have outlined that start. I could probably try to outline it on the outside. Let's try to see what the markers do on this cellophane. It says I write on anything. Shall we try I think the red again? No, maybe the blue, the dark blue. And this time, instead of using the brush, the other side of these are writing, and you get you have a little bit more control. Oh, that's going to blend right in. That's not going to work. You won't be able to see it. I guess the black. Did I have a black one? Yeah, it's right here. I'm reaching for it. Come out, come out. And I'm just going to try to draw around that star. Oh. Can't see. I cannot see. I just hate it that I can't see. My lighting in here is so bad. Yeah. I'm doing my best. It isn't perfect. Might need to let that dry a little. And I think I'll put that right here. Now, when I fold this up, I want to see what I have. I got some stickers here. A whole line of them. But I don't, it's white on the back. So let's actually, now I have a choice. If I put it here, that blue will just go right over. You aren't going to be able to read that anyway. So I think that's where I'll put it. And I'm going to angle it a little. I kind of like that. So I'm going to put it on with glue. The alien seems to be the hold. So far it seems to be holding it. And hopefully it will dry transparent. I might have used, well, I know for my 3D items I use glossy accent. I'm going to smooth this out with my fingers a little. And we'll see how, I gotta wash my hand off. Wipe my hand off. Let's put this right in here. Right there. Now when you fold it, you have the Declaration of Independence there. I need some stuff on here. Did I put that marker back? I did. I'm so forgetful. Let's see. Since I already have blue there, if I take these tiny stickers and put them on the blue, they won't show. But my stickers, I'm not sure they'll stick. Let's move this. I'm not sure. Things seem to be having an issue. What do I have here? I've got a, looks like a late, oh, I think they're, I'm not sure what they're doing, but I got the flags and a flag here, a patriotic there, and it looks like a bugler boy there. So these, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's just a tiny sticker. I'm not going to use it. And once you get them on there, they make more sense, I think. Flags, I think they go this way. They're blowing in the wind that way. The wind's coming from the south. And this one could go over, down over here. Cut the little. I did not expand these when I printed them. They were off of a public domain site. Patriotic images. All right, so let's see how they stick. And if you're ever using sticker paper and you don't have a pull tab, get your pen, put it in there, put it between the release paper and your item. You see that pen did not go all the way through. And then you kind of hold on to your image and you pull up on your release paper. That seems to work best for me. And I'm going to put this flag image I'll put it right there. That seems to work. And then I've got another flag over here. And I'm just going to put it right there. So these are really on the inside and these are on the outside. You can do all sorts of things. This is just what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to put this, I think I'll put it right there. I think that's about all I need. Now I'd like, and I don't know, what I'd like to do is put some strips, and I could do that on the inside here, but I'd want it this way. I think what I'll do is kind of double this fabric. Do I have another piece? Doesn't look like I have another piece of red. And I really like the longer, because what I want to do is make some stripes. I guess I could make them shorter in here. My fold is right on the edge here, I think. So let me try something here. I'm just going to wipe my pen off on this, my paintbrush, my glue stick, and Messy Mary. I'm going to put some, I want to glue the two sides together here, if and I can. Probably work better to have a glue brush at this point, but I don't, so I'm just using what I have. Alright. And you know what I could do? I've got that ribbon. But I want to fold this over. Come on. Come on. Don't be stubborn. I know I can't see where I'm going, but you can help me. Well, it's not exact. Come on. This is just scrap that I had left over. It would work better if I had a longer piece. And what I'm trying to do is get these edges even. And I can't see. I can't see where I'm going. It frustrates me. There. Now let's get my paper towel and wipe that a little. But I also have this ribbon. And of course I glued that down. There. I'll set that aside. That ribbon might work. I'm going to put a little hand sanitizer on my hands and see if I can't get a little of that stickiness off. They're still a little sticky. Okay. What I want in here is some ribbon. And this red ribbon happens to be red on both sides. But I think I'll need to do it on the inside here. So let's just run my ribbon. I could do it this way, which would look nice. Let's run this ribbon. Can't see a darn thing. Here's my cap of my glue. Get it out of my way. Put the pen back. I might want, no, it's not sticking. This fine art glitter glue does not seem to stick the fabric to the, and the paper to this. Tacky glue seems to be working fine. What I want to do is run some of this ribbon. And it'd be fun to take these little squares and put on there. Maybe right in the center of one. They're the same size? No. We'll play with that another time. I just want to run some ribbon down the side here. So I'm going to put this on my gridded table. And I'm going to write down this dotted line. I put the glue cap back on the glue. Let's put it over here where I know where it's at. Take my brush and clean the crap off of the end of it. I use the end of my paint brushes for glue sticks. Terrible, Mary. I'm a terrible person. And I just want some, I'm going to go right down this half line here and do a couple little dots in here. Like that. And then I'm going to take my ribbon, find the end of it, the end that's out, not the end that's wrapped in there, and put it on. Hopefully don't twist it. Come on, get on there. If I have to wipe the glue off, I do. And I cannot see a darn thing in here. I'm going to buy some daylight bulbs. I don't think I have a daylight bulb, and I twisted my ribbon right there. And let's put it down. Right there. And it's got a little twist there. Doesn't matter if it twists, but I kind of wanted it straight. There. Now I'm going to put one more on. I'm going to put that off. Now I'll clip it there just to get out of the way. And I'm going to go right in, maybe at the fourth mark in there. I know what I mean. So it's more than I need. I kind of hold it on the, so right here. What do I have there? It's on the bottom. It's from that fabric. There, there. Hopefully this will hold the ribbon. This would probably, oh, I don't know if glue dots would hold it. Yeah, I got glue on my finger. And this time I think I'm going to cut my ribbon before I attempt to put it on. Just cut a length. So I'm not dealing with the whole row. And I guess I needed a dot further up, but the ribbon wants to twist. It has its own mind. Doesn't want to do what I want it to do. I guess a twist in it wouldn't hurt it, but it's not where I want to go. It wants to twist right up here. Yeah. Turn over. It's got a natural twist in it. I guess I'll just let it twist if it wants to twist. What's wrong with the twisted ribbon? Twisting in the wind. I'm going to let this one twist. Maybe I can work the twist out. There we go. Alright. I wouldn't say that's the cleanest. I don't know if I can clean that off with a towel or not. We'll see. With a hand sanitizer. A little hand sanitizer on here. See if I can clean some of that glue off. Yeah, it looks like it's coming. Get it off my finger. All right. Kind of clean. This is tape that didn't hold my. Let's put something on there. Put a little. This string is on the inside, and this is the one I cut. I mean that I folded in half. So what I'm going to do is cut it there and maybe here. So it's double-sided, and I'm going to glue it right in here. Okay. I'm going to glue it right there. And we'll see what it looks like on the other side. So if I fold this in half, this is what I have. I need more on there, but see how you're seeing. I think I'll put something down in here and it'll show through over to there. And it's just about as loaded as what I want it. Let me put this ribbon off my desk. Because if I put any more, you won't see the pages that this goes on. I'll show you that in my journal. I feel like I need something right in there. I'm sorry I'm not following chat while I'm involved in this. Let's see, I've got a strip of paper here, of fabric there. These I'm not going to use. These are those cigarette cards with the flowers on it. They would look nice on there. My scissors. Now Dee Dee's napkin would look nice on a page, but I'll probably glue. Let's see, what do I have? This looks like maybe a hot air balloon. I'm not sure what's going on with that little stamp. I've got a charm. I'm kind of staying away from the dimensionals on here for this page. I have used them. I've got this that says hello. I've got that pen. I kind of like that, but I don't like the back of it, so I'm not going to use those. What else do I have over here? I got stars. Now, they did not show up good on the paper, but they might show up better. Let's try a couple stars hanging down here. And I could line them up over here. But if I line them up over here, I have to be aware that they'll look silver on this side, and I'd rather line them up over here. Let's see. How do I want it? I think I'll line them up here. So let's play with this and see what I can do. Scrap. What time is it? It's 9:30. I'll probably only get this page done because I am going to leave right at 10 tonight. I don't know. Does anybody know if Juju's coming on tonight? I need to review her schedule. I think she put it on my page, and I need to go review it. All right, I'm just going to put some stars on here. They might show better if you get something behind them, like a white page like that. But I'm just going to put them willy-nilly down the side and see what happens. Let's put this pen away. So I've used quite a bit. I didn't use my tat. I didn't use this black fabric. I did not use the paper clip and I didn't use this lace. So I can save it for another page. Let me put more stars on here. I don't like how hard these are to get off of the sheet. And let's put this paper under so I get a little bit of a vision of where I'm putting these things. Right there. And then on the back side, they'll look kind of silvery because they don't have the glitter on the back, but I'm okay with silver stars. I'd rather have gold ones, but you know, it'd probably be pretty hard to do glitter on both sides and put it on a sticker sheet. And I think I could have thought this through a little bit more, but I'm just playing it by ear tonight. Sometimes as you're doing your art, say to yourself, that would look nice on a transparent art journal page. Put it in an envelope, maybe have a special envelope for transparent art journal pages. This cost me, I think, $1.50 or $1.99. I don't think it's worth it. You could probably get dollar store sticker. I bought this at Walmart. I don't have good sources of retail supplies in my area. Probably, I looked for them in dollar store, but I didn't find them. This one's a little low, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about it. I wonder how that black mark around my star looks. I'll have to check it out. Now we're going to do stars on this side. Come on. And I don't think I could get these off if I didn't have a pen to help me. See, I put one there. Kind of put this one in between. I like those little boxes of foil stars. The teachers used to have them to put on students' papers who deserved a gold star. And we used to get them all the time. Now you can't find them. Or I couldn't find them at Walmart and Dollar Tree. They're probably on Amazon. I'll have to look. Come on. Now, I think I have this as a flip out, like this, but I'm really thinking that, there's my black. I'm thinking I'll glue these two together and let it be like this in my book rather than a flip out because, yeah, I think that's just what I'll do. You can have it flip out, but I think I'll glue mine together, or if I have time, I could do, I've got some red crochet yarn here. I could do some running stitches around it. Let's hurry and put these stars on. Come on, little star, how do you go? Maybe one more. And after I get this whole sheet done, I'm going to try to take this off because I got all those little gold stars in there and put them on a colored sheet. Maybe a red one or a blue one. We'll see. I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Put a star down there. All right. So there's that. Now flip it this way. You can kind of see them through the back here. Now, am I happy with this? Not quite. It needs something in there. What do I have left? Stickers, black fabric. I've got another transparent page, but it's kind of big. I've got Dee Dee's napkin. I've got crochet thread. This isn't red, this is black and white. That's not really what I want. Do I have anything else? I've got another blue, but that's not really what I'm after. Here, I've got this Patriot. She could go, and if I put her there and flip it over this way, it just shows a little black in there. And I'm okay with that. I feel like I could do some more stuff if I could put her up a little higher. What would it do? It'd be black in there. I feel like I could put something on the back of this. What do I have? Got paper towels in my way. And black, black. I really have used up. Did I put stuff up here? I don't put Christmas stuff. The strawberry. I'm looking, hold on. Let me pull this out. Oh, I don't know what I did with that sheet. I can put this flag. I don't know what I did with the other sheet. Let's go for the flag. Let me tear one off here. Let's kind of quickly fussy cut this out. Cut it here. I'm not following much chat because I want to get as much of this done as possible. I always say I'm going to leave at 10 and then... Now, what's that? There's nothing in there that I care about covering up. So I'm going to put it right in here. And then I like this saying. This is Lee Greenwood. I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. I like that, so I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to leave his credit, because I might want to know later. And I'm just going to cut it off. This was free. If I put it there, though, where do I want this? Yeah. What I don't like about this is this covers up this. Can I tear that off? Is that on the inside? I put it on the inside. So I think I'll rethink that it really covers her up there. I wonder if I can reach in there yet and tear this. I put it down with glue. I want to tear. There. So that when I fold this here, like this, how did I have it? You see more of her behind it. And it's, well, not quite yet. I don't know if I can tear any more off. I'm gonna try. I've got scraps. Scraps annoy me. I don't think I can tear any more of that off, and I glued that down. Can I move her? I think I pretty well glued her down. No, I can move her. We're gonna move her. And I'm gonna put this on, and then I'll find a spot for her. Maybe up higher in there. And let's put this down. Oops. Drip it on the table, Mary. And it won't be perfect. You'll find ways to, if you do a lot of these, you'll find ways to, little tricks of the trade. All right, I'm going to put this right here, just like this. I want that stamp to show, so I might cut a little of that flag off. No, it's gonna fit. And then the same, or at least I know I'm free. I'm gonna trim. I don't think I can trim it any closer and still get his credit on there. So Mr. Lee Greenwood, I'm taking your credit off. Everybody knows you sang that song. I need it to fit my page. I need it to fit right in here. Right in there. So when you're doing something like this, you're thinking about the front and the back. And usually I only have a front and a back. I've got a front and a back on 2 pages. And I'm really working with 4 pages here and how they affect each other. So I'm going to move this up. Now I'm not going to put it, I moved it from over in here. So I've got that space, but I'm going to move this right up in here. And see if I got enough glue on her to, yeah. I'll have to smooth this out a little, so. So it won't be too bad. I'll put it maybe just like that. That's good. Now when I fold this over, I've got a scrap. When I fold this over, a lot of this covers her up there, but she still shows. And I think I'm going to, well, that isn't the way I wanted to fold it anyway. Hold on, what's going on here? I wanted to fold it this way. Is that right? So I'm showing what's in here. Now I want to put something on there. And I'm not sure what. I'm getting to the end of my ephemera. I've got some lace, some more lace. I could put on there as kind of a trim. I'm not sure I like it. Paper towels. Transparent. I should use this set for ephemera. I got scrap. Here's a piece of fabric that's kind of, I wish I had a piece of red. I don't want to go digging. I don't want to go digging. This is just string. That's not, I'm saving it for tassel. What do I have? I don't want to use my tats. I've got a free Post-it note that said free. I'm going to throw it away. Tempted. I'm tempted. A white paper scrap. Oh, I've got to have something else. Let me look at my journal here. I wanted to put the big star in here, but I think I'm going to have to use it someplace else. Do I have any ephemera stuck in here? No, I think I used it all. I might check that out. I think I have. What's this? No, that's just my glue page. And I think I need more July 4th ephemera. What did I do with all my pages? Are they on the bottom here? Now, let's see what I can find. I don't think I have any July 4th in here, and I took my history book upstairs. These are summer pages. I don't really, those really don't go. Ah, the standstill. What am I going to use? I could use her again. That's really the only thing I have out that makes any sense to me. Fabric scraps. This one kind of, I kind of like it if I double it up. But it'll be on the outside, and I don't think I want it there. And there's nothing in here. I'm looking. I think I'm at a standstill with what I need something there, and I think she's my only hope right here. All right, let's see what I have in here. I obviously folded this up for a reason. I don't think I have July 4th in here. We shall see. I have some decoupage papers. Nothing that really sings to me. Sailboats do kind of, that does kind of. French. There's nothing in here. What's this? Oh, I think these are little bits of art that were given to me, 20s and things. So you kind of have to search your stash, and when you're building your page, find stuff that works. This is some Tim Holtz ephemera. See if there's anything on here. These are too big. Can't read it, but it is blue. I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a tree. It's a landscape. What is this? Calendar, I think. I don't know what that says. My eyes aren't taking it. Yeah. I think my best bet is that. Put all this back. I have this, which I could kind of combine those two. Let's see what happens. I should have gotten more little pieces together. I kind of decided to do this on the spur of the moment, so I really didn't dig through a lot of stuff. Let's pull this red out. I might go just a teeny bit over 10. It's 10 now. I want to finish this page. That usually happens to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this blue. I'm going to cut this out. I'll put that pen back over here. Trim the white off. She's on here 3 times. My little Red Cross lady, patriotic lady. This was a World War I poster. Donate to the Red Cross. Harrison Fisher illustrated it. All right, I'm going to put this on here, but where's that red thread? I'm going to take that red thread and kind of put it, let it hang like that, and maybe off the bottom. Let's put this on with double-sided tape. Just kind of put it like that. Grab a pen. Did I get it? Come on. That's the trouble with this double-sided tape. I like it, but it's awfully hard to get the release paper off. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay, then I want to take this red thread and put it on this side and kind of even, well, it doesn't have to be perfectly even. I want it to hang down a little, and I'm just going to put it in there. Then I'm going to take some glue and put on there. I'll put it on the back of this. We're going to put this on here, like so. So I just kind of need it in the center here. And I'm going to put it just like that. So I've got thread there, and then I'm going to take this other piece. Should have something on the back of her. I wish I had another fabric scrap. You know what I have behind me? Let me reach for it. Do I have a piece of red on this? Let me check. I do. I have some red on this that I did the other night. I'm going to take a piece of this red and put on the back here. And I'll put that other thread between. So let me cut this out. Or at least mark where I want to cut it. Probably, no, I have to do it here, so. Hold the phone. Let me just cut here down to there. And then there we go. And hopefully that's red on the other side. Good way to use up scraps. And then if I need something red, I have it. And so I want to take this red thread and put over here. And I don't care if it's tangly. In fact, I would like to have it tangly. So let's do 4. And let's put the tangle up above. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to put glue in here. I'm going to set that down so I can glue. I use these paint brushes because they reach down. They've got a long reach into this tacky glue bottle. All right, there's that. Now I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to put my tangly thread, if I can get a hold of it, on here. And let it dangle down a little. Just like that. Well, and then I'm going to take this piece and glue on top of it. And like I said, well, this will probably go on the outside. I don't know if I'll put that on the inside or the outside. When you put something on the outside, you probably want a little better hold. But if you put something on the inside, you just really kind of need to tack it down. Meri says. All right, so this is just going to go on here like that. And so what I have on the back will be this showing on the back of the page. I just needed red instead of craft paper. All right, so now let's go back to the page here. Figure out how I want this. I got glue on my fingers. Wash my hands off a little here. Find my paper towels, which are probably need a clean one. Hold on. Let Meri clean herself up here. Glue off of my fingers. All right, so here's my piece, and I want that to go figure out how I wanted to fold this. I think this was the back, so it folds like this. Now I am not happy that he's not showing. So if I fold it like this, he shows better. And see, I'm almost tempted to cut this in half because I'm not happy with how he hides. I'm hiding him here. I guess I could put it like this. I guess I like that. I don't like my star. I do not like my star, messy star there. I might put something over that. But let's go ahead and shoot for this. And let's put this piece, really I don't need that anymore. So I just might make a tag for the other side of the page. Or, I just had a brainstorm. Let me get my journal out. Meri had a brainstorm. Let me reach for my journal. This is the page I'm going to put it in. How about if I glue it in the center here? And then, I think I like that a lot better, rather than trying to make a folded page and have it flip on one page. I like that a lot better. Now, my question is, can I glue that down? And if I do that, I can take this piece and put it in here. And then if you flip it, you'll see this. Maybe I'll put this way, which means I need something on there, but we'll leave it for right now. I like that a lot. So let's take this, hopefully, Meri's talking. This is the side that has the sticky that probably doesn't stick anymore. So I'm going to trim that off. Because it's going to hang out anyway. fits my page a lot better. And I want to glue it right down in there. So that's what I'm going to try. Let's see if it stays. Should have a strip of double-sided tape on it, but we're just going to see if this works. And yeah, the glue will take a little bit of time to dry behind this cellophane. This has been fun. I've had to rethink a lot of this stuff. Let's see if this will stick in there. All right, I want it right over a little. Right in there, I think. Now, I still have a page that I can reach into if I want. I don't know if I want to try that at this point. I'm used to working not on 4 pages, but on 2 pages, and maybe just doing, you know, something like this. So this has been a bit of a challenge for me. And I was going to stitch around here with my red crochet thread, but I forgot. So, oops. Now, where's my piece that I set aside? I really do need something on this side now. If I put it, I plan to put it in there, but now all I have showing is really not much on this page. I might just leave it like this and come back later as I'm working on my journal and put more on here. I think that's the best alternative. So let's just glue this down, because it's getting late. I'm getting tired. I worked in the yard this afternoon. It kind of wore me out. It was hot and humid, and I was cutting peonies down and volunteer trees and weeding. Wore me out. All right, and this glue will, after I clean my hands, I'm getting them all messy. Hopefully it'll dry. It might take a little bit of time to dry on that cellophane because, you know, it's plastic and air can't get to it. But we're going to put it right in here. There we go. I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'll work on this page, but as you can see, let me put things away. I'm getting ready to say goodbye. I wish I could stay late, but it wears me out anymore to do those really long 8-hour streams. Because I have a lot to do. I have a lot I want to do. Let me put this back up away. And let me kind of clean up here. I'm just going to take these scraps and put them in this extra bag. Find the right side of it. Where is it? Oh, it's folded down here. Hold on. And let's put this in there. That'll kind of help it. And these are my full page sheets. I wish this fit, because I really do like it. But it's too small. I'm too big for my pages are too small. Let me put all this extra stuff in there. I'd like to keep working on this, but I'd be here till 4 o'clock in the morning. There's Dee Dee's napkin. I've got a Christmas in July stickers. Another one here. Whoops, what was that? That was another one of these little guys. and more patriotic ladies. A whole bunch of them. Page. I don't know. I saved it because of that image. There's my other flag page. And the back of a card that I'm going to put on the other side of my Christmas page. Paper towels. My glue page. Alright. Will that fit in there? I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't look like it's going to fit. This white piece isn't fitting. What piece is it? It's this one. My sticker page. Some of this stuff I'll have to put in separately. So I opened Happy Mail tonight and I worked on this. That's about all I got done. But you know what? I'm happy with it. I like what's happening here. In my July journal, today's the 18th. I hope to, I want to do some more on my Christmas page. I want to put this on the back side of it, and I want to do some summer pages. Alright, I think that, well, I got stuff over here. Let's just drop it in there. Well, except for the little charms. I'll put those back in my jewel box. If I do this while I'm thinking of it before I quit, it gets done. If I say, I'll do it later, I'll sign off and do it later, I come back the next time and it's still out. Alright, now I'll put this little image in these. Oh, there's some red yet. No, we'll save that. Put all that in here. I might go try to find some more patriotic stickers. Put my double-sided tape away. Put that up there. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I hope that this dries good. I'm kind of going to leave it. Let's see what's on the back. It's just paper, I think. What's that? Fabric. Let's put it in the bag. Hold the phone while Meri gets her act together here. And then I'll come out and say goodnight. Let's put my glue stick in the water. One thing I have that I might put on here yet is this washi tape. And it's, I don't know if I'll put it on this page. I might put a little, just stick it on there. Let's see what happens. If that'll stay. Let's put some washi tape across here. I don't know if this will stay. And let's see what it looks like on the back. It's just white. Let's put some washi tape across here. I'm having fun with my washi tape now. Let's put some across here. Oh, let's cover up that star that I don't like. I thought there was something I could use over that star. And then I'll come back and put in something in there. I kind of want to maybe bring this washi over this way. I don't know if this will hold, but we're going to see. So there we go. Come on. Oh, it's stubborn now. Fold it over like that. All right, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with it. The only thing I'm not happy with at this point is that I forgot to stitch around the page. I was going to do running stitches around here. But, oh well, we'll plan it out the next time. I'm pretty happy. I could probably use more in here. Maybe I'm going to look for some more July 4th ephemera and maybe put something in here. And I think what I'll do is make it double-sided again. See, I still have the pocket in there. But I think the next time I work on something like this, I'll open it up. Rather than trying to stick things in there, I'll slit it on the sides and then I'll fold it back. So I'm pretty happy with it for a transparent art journal page. The idea is that you're going to see things through. Like you'll see the background. You see all those polka dots? If I didn't have those polka dots in there, you wouldn't see, I mean, in there, you would see something different. I don't know how about to put that white page away. Hold on, Mary's going to get it out again. See, you got all those polka dots peeking through from this page. If I didn't have that, it'd look like this. And it just adds to it. And whatever I put over here will affect what you see through in here. So that's kind of the idea. Now, I will say I did not plan this out. My thought would be, if you want to do a transparent art journal, is kind of think out what you're going to put on the pages and your approach. The more you do, the more ideas you'll get. And, you know, you do a whole book of this. You do a whole book of these things, and it can be very awesome. I definitely need some more stuff on this back page. But I think I'm going to leave my thumbnail. Shall I leave it like that? Let me come out and say goodnight. I'm only at 10:30. I'm only a half an hour late. I'm trying to make my goal to leave at 10 o'clock. So I'm not up at all hours of the night, but, you know, I like to finish things up. So let's come out and, yeah, refresh my chat. Goldie says, I have some clear pages from Jacqueline, but I haven't tried it yet myself. I need to. Yeah, kind of think about where you're going to put things on your page and how they affect what's the previous page. How it's going to affect the other side, how it's going to affect this side, how this, when you fold it over. See, when I fold it over, I really see a lot of this through here. So if I put something on here, I might just put a little right in there. But all this other comes from this page. This flag comes from this page over here. And, you know, go through your ephemera and your scraps and see what you have. Oh, I didn't use my brad either. Let's put these back in the little jewel box so I don't lose them. Yeah, it can be fun. But what did I spend? Almost 2 hours doing this? Not quite 2 hours, but let me get back here. Laura Jersey says, amen to that. Goldie says, yeah. Jane says, we all have things that work for us. If using the ends of your brush for glue, Mary, then go for it. Well, otherwise, one of those, I have used those kebab stick. Get down into that taller tacky glue. I need something that reaches way down in there. Thank you, Jane. Goldie says, thanks, Mary. I hope you rest well tonight. Yeah, and you guys too. Roseanne was in here. She said good night. I didn't get to say hello to her. Hello, good night, sweet dreams, Roseanne. Goldie, Jersey, Goldie and Jersey are still with us here. The ginger cat lady was here. I didn't say hello to her. Pam. She says, bye, y'all. Laura says, micro, true. My man stepped on his grandma's sewing needles as a kid. Oh, no. And he's still freaked out after 60 years later about my needles being laid around. Boy, I'll tell you, out by my recliner, I don't know why. I've only stepped on one, and it didn't hurt. I got lucky. But boy, I find them all the time in the carpet, and I'm going, man, why aren't I killing myself with all of these needles? Jane says, praying your barefoot doesn't find your awl. Yeah, that awl must have rolled over maybe between some boxes or something. I can't find it, and I'm missing it. I want my awl. One thing I did, and this is something I wanted to work on tonight, I got a junk mail envelope from AARP because I'm retired. I subscribe to the American Association of Retired Persons, their magazine. And this was all in one junk mail. This all came in one envelope. And I was going to go through and paint these pages and cover them up. I watched, and I was on another channel. I don't even know the channel, but she used and made a junk mail journal. And I'm just amazed at the stuff we throw away. We throw away this stuff without even thinking about it. And this is an entire signature. That's something I wanted to work on tonight, but didn't get there. I didn't get there. So, all right. I think this is where Ginger came in. Jersey says, hello, Mary and all. This is where Laura came in. Brenda was here. Brenda says, our teachers use them. They peel up a lot easier than the ones Mary is using. I think the pack has gold, silver, and blue and green stars. Yeah, it's probably depending on what you can get your hands on. Well, you know those little gold foil stars that used to come in a box that looked like those little Valentine candies? You know, that's how I used to get them. I probably have some around here somewhere. But I can't find them retail. I haven't looked on Amazon. They're probably out there. I just haven't found them. Lori Beth was here. She said, good night all. I'm off to find some dinner. Brenda says, Mary, Avery makes school award stars. Our Walmart has them. They aren't in the craft area with the other stickers. They're in the office supply area. They are a little different than the old ones, but they work. I'm going to look for those. Brenda, if you're out there listening, thanks for that tip. I'll look for the Avery stars. That's probably why I didn't find them. Ginger says, Goldie, I got my envelope. Thank you for all the goodies. Lori Beth said, I'm glad you liked it. I thought you could put it in a journal. Goldie says, yes, Lori made me a neat needle tatting that she put a cute elephant charm on. I am so glad, Goldie and Stephanie, that you are doing some tatting. It does my heart good. It does my heart good. I'm still struggling with my shuttle tatting. I needle tat. I'm a needle tatter. I do fine with that. But I haven't worked out the motion of this hand for my shuttle. That's one of my things to do this weekend is practice, practice, practice. No worries, Goldie. Doctor will put it in a few weeks. You can catch that on. I don't know what Roseanne is here. Angie went to bed, and April. Juju was here. Night Teresa was here. I didn't get to say Mary, she's on every night at 10. Oh, Juju, you're going to wear yourself out. I know where you are. But you do what you need to do. If you can do every night at 10 for now, but you need to take a break. You take a break. And she's probably on right now because it's 10:30. I'm going to try harder to leave right at 10 so Juju can, I'm not cutting into her time. But when I started doing my Friday night, she wasn't on. So, you know, there's that. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to say goodnight to you all because I can't, well, I can go up a little higher. I think I've talked to everybody tonight. Amy Wilcox. Amy Wilcox was in here. Thank you guys for welcoming her. I appreciate it because when I'm involved in what all I'm doing, I don't see everybody that comes in. So, okay, everybody, I need to sign off. Go check, let's see, is Goldie on there? The Crochet Crowd, Chris, Lala. I don't see, but let's do a search. I want to see if she's on, because I can leave a link. That's my setting, not my search. Do I have her in here? Crafting on the back 40. Come on, give me my... Just saying, get off, Mary. Crafting on the background. Do I have that right? Crafting on the back 40? Let's see if that finds her. Mama Juju, crafting on the back 40. It doesn't look like she's on. Maybe she's waiting for me to get off. No, she is live. Let's go grab a link. Let's grab the link and share it. So if you happen to still be in here and if you're still awake, whoops. I'll have to try harder to leave right at 10. Well, what am I doing? I want to go to my stream. And I want to go into chat. And I'm just going to put Juju in here. Juju. And she's on live right now. She's on, they're telling me she's on every night at 10. So there's her link. I'm going to pop in. There she is. So there we go. Go visit her. Diane's there. Julia's there. Jersey's in there. I don't know some of these people. Esther is there. So if you're awake and up and going, go say hello. I am going to go to bed. So have a great weekend. I will see you on Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. Bye, everybody.